Hello friends, this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. It's nice to see you here. I have got one of those cute little pumpkins from the Dollar Tree, and this little stem just comes out. It's attached with a toothpick, and I'm just using that toothpick to kind of make little holes so I can just pop that out, and it's probably a little bigger than a quarter size. It's perfectly fine if you wanted to go even a little bigger yet, especially on the top, because what we're going to be doing is putting this very nice wool ease yarn in there, and it's super bulky, and I chose this one because then it would be less strands, or the strands that I'm using would go a little further. And basically you're just going to do a braid in there, and my goal for this was to make it look somewhat like like it's crocheted. And so if you put strands like this together and use your hot glue, it does kind of look like it's been crocheted. It's so cute. So just put a little hot glue and a little bit along the edge, pop it in, and I actually did a little U-turn here and got it going back the other direction. That way we're getting double the amount covered. And just carry on and do this. You will notice at some point that things are going to be kind of overlapping, and that's just kind of how it works with these projects that aren't flat. And just do the best you can and take your time and do a nice job. I ended up doing 19 or 20 of these strands to get this one pumpkin covered. And actually, I would say it's 20 after I did the last one in the very bottom. This is the bottom, and just showing you how I went around it and just trying to complete the bottom and make it look nice. And I ended up with that big hole, so I made another braid and just kind of popped it in there and made it look nice. Now the top is pretty tight at this point, so I did want to just do a dry fit to see if that little branch would stick in there, and it did. And just put a little glue in there, pop it in, and it stuck in there so nicely. And then I wanted to do, put some leaves on there and just kind of dress it up a little bit. And then last but not least, I put some pip berries on there and curled them around so it's really cute. I've been seeing some of these pumpkins that people have been making, and there's such a good variety. I know I've made pumpkins before with, we had a sweater and I cut pieces of that. This one to me just reminds me of having it crocheted, and I just love the look. It's just so warm and very fall-like. And hot glue works great for this kind of a thing. It's nice to get back to crafting. I've been just busy with craft shows and stuff, so haven't had a chance to really get, crafting as much as I'd like to, but we're going to get back into it now, and just kind of wondering about, should I start some Christmas videos, or perhaps just go with more fall, or should I just do farmhouse? If you guys want to give me some ideas, that'd be great. I would truly appreciate what you'd like to see. Let me know. And there's our very pretty pumpkin. I just love how it turned out. On to DIY number 2. Now this is one of those Dollar Tree, it's a square, and I measured it. It's 10 3/4 by 10 3/4. And then I got out the Dollar Tree calendar, one of them, and decided this is going to be a nice, quick, easy sign. And I'm just going to put this Happy Harvest on there. And there's many ways that you could glue this down. I am just going to choose to use a glue stick. And I went over it and I went around it and really, really put that glue stick on there. And then just press it down into place. And you could use the back side of this. I just decided to keep the back side nice, but whatever works for you. And then to take that little extra off the edge, I'm just using a nail file, and you just kind of run it along there. The paper is so thin that it pretty much comes off pretty nicely. And then just to dress it up, you could do the top, you could do both sides, all sides to dress this up. It all look cute, however you decide to do this. And I didn't think the glue gun was going to be enough to hold that ribbon on there, so that's why I'm using the glue gun. Sometimes it's fun just to make a quick, cute sign, and this is perfect with those cute little farmhouse decor, or not, the farmhouse calendar's got so many cute pictures in there. This one I think is even better than last year's. And here's one way of just making sure things stick on the back. I just put some hot glue and then cover it with ribbon or something to just make sure that's reinforced so it doesn't pop out. All right, there it is, a cute little farmhouse truck. They're just so darn cute. And the pumpkins just look so adorable in the back there. They're ready for some fun pumpkin picking and on their way. All right, last but not least, DIY number 3. Now I wanted to make a cute little gnome, and I'm making her, kind of a little redhead. So she's a ginger gnome. So put something on the bottom of the sock just to kind of let it stand up a little bit. Just putting a little fiber fill and just tying it off the top. There's many ways to make these little gnomes. This is just one way that I know how to make it. So tie that off and then trim it. And then you're going to start with, just kind of standing it up. And I wanted to give her a little apron. And you could do the whole thing with this fabric, but I just thought I'm going to start with just the sock and then add to it. And so my little apron without it's with the raw edges, it's about 5 by 5.5, and then I'm folding it with a little glue and doing that on just 3 sides. I bought this fabric a few weeks ago with my daughter, and I just think it's so pretty, and I'm just, what to do with this pretty fabric. And so I'm only using a little bit because I'm thinking I might want to do more with it. And just going to put some hot glue and glue it down so it stays in place. And a lot of this is going to get covered anyway by the hat. And here I'm get that pretty pumpkin colored ribbon out. We've got our little ginger gnome here with her pretty red hair, and just going to braid this. And I wanted it a little thicker, so then I actually did 2 braids, so there's 2 strands in each one. If you can see, it's thicker. And then just going to put a little ribbon on the bottom to tie it off. And when you're trying to get colors, just pick out the colors that are already there. The color in that fabric is gorgeous, and so go with those colors. You can see there's a little orange, there's yellow, and just go with it. You already like the color, obviously, or the coordination, and I've done that with scrapbook paper too. It's just, that's the easiest way to get things to match. And now with this hat, I'm not going to say this is the best way. I think the best way would be probably to use your sewing machine, because I struggled with the hot gluing on this. I burned my fingers, and so maybe, I honestly don't know what would be the best way as far to make a hat, but just do the best you can on, I'm just going with it and trying to just kind of get everything secure and closed in the back there. And then I have these cute little beads, and I'm just trying to use it so you don't see the holes on the top and the bottom. And so just going to pop that in there. and just hold the hot glue, held it really nicely. And you could add whatever you wanted onto this. I had some pretty little daisies, and I just decided to pop that on there. You could wrap ribbon around the top of it. I'm just going to take this orange and just pop a little bit in there just to jazz it up a little bit. And because this is a ginger gnome, she's got to have some freckles. And so I went with a real light brown and just tried to put some freckles in there, and I like how it turned out. Here's my little Ginger. We'll call her Ginger because she's a ginger gnome. I have not seen any gnomes with freckles, so maybe this is your first one with freckles. I hope you like my pretty little girl here. Gnomes are just so cute. I'm sure to be making more at Christmas time too. And here is my trio of fun. I did enjoy making these, and I hope you enjoyed watching me make these. Have some fun, do some crafting today. It's all good. And happy fall to you all. Bye bye, my friends.